What's good, guys? It's Aleko. Today I'm going to be talking about how I went from 0 to 10,000 followers in 4 months with no ads. So I started my brand, woundswewear, about 4 months ago. Actually, it was 5 months ago, but the first drop I only had a couple hundred followers. So basically I went from 0 to 10,000 followers in only 4 months, and I do run ads, but the ads are for sales, they're not for followers. So I'm actually not gaining followers from the ads. So I'm going to tell you guys 5 things that I did, and I'm going to break it down for you and tell you how you can do the same thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get into it. So the first thing, and I cannot stress this enough, is quantity over quality when it comes to reels. So if you're a new brand and you don't have a lot of followers, your goal should be getting as much content out there, getting your brand out there, getting your name out there, and just posting as many reels as possible. You don't need to worry about them being super high quality or about if people are gonna think it's aesthetic or anything like that, because all you want at the beginning is just to get some followers, get a fan base, get a little bit of an audience going, so that'll help you get more sales, and especially with your first drop. I see so many new brands who have the hardest pieces and they have the best on body looks and flat lays, but they post no reels. I don't understand why you wouldn't post reels, because we all know that every time you post a reel, it's guaranteed to get reach. It might get 100 views, it might get 1,000 views, it might go viral, it might get hundreds of thousands of views, but in any case, it's gonna get some amount of views. So especially when you're a new brand and you have no sort of audience or customer base, you wanna be posting reels because it's gonna help you get a lot of followers at the beginning. So when I say quantity over quality, I literally mean post as much as you physically can. Because a lot of times your reels don't even all get shown to your followers. It's mainly gonna be shown to new people. And you might lose some followers because every time they scroll, they're gonna be seeing a reel from your brand. But for the most part, you're gonna gain more followers than you lose. So you don't have to worry about the reels being super good quality. A lot of people will spend hours and hours on one video just for it to flop and not do good. Whereas you can post a random video and it might go viral. But for the most part, you wanna just be posting as much as you possibly can. I was posting 5-7 times a day, especially in the beginning. I didn't really care if I was gonna lose followers. I just needed to get followers. I needed to have some sort of a customer base. And you'll see that the brands that have the most success in the beginning, they're posting lots of reels over and over and over again. They're not stopping, they're being consistent. Do this for your brand. If you're not doing it already, it'll make a huge difference. It's the single best way to grow your brand. And the best thing is it costs no money. So the second thing, it's also related to posting reels, is called trial reels. And if you haven't heard about trial reels, it's a feature made by Instagram where you can post reels and it's only shown to people who don't follow you. So this is different compared to normal reels, which will show up on your Instagram page, and if somebody looks up your brand, they can see all your reels there, and it'll be shown to your followers and they might unfollow you. From trial reels, nobody's gonna unfollow you because they're all new followers. The only thing with the trial reels is, at the beginning especially, you're not gonna get a lot of views. But the main thing with that is you have to be consistent with it. Eventually, Instagram's gonna learn your target customer, your target audience, and they're gonna optimize the reels and only show it to people who are more likely to follow you. It just takes time and consistency. Same thing with the normal reels. You'll see what performs well, you'll make more videos like that, and eventually it's all gonna compound and you're gonna be getting a lot of more followers every day. So the only thing I would say is be careful with the trial reels because you can reuse content. So what I would do is I'd post 20 a day and I'd be reusing the same types of videos. So I had a couple of videos that went a little viral. They got like a couple 100,000 views. So I'd take those videos and I would put them into the trial reels every single day. I'd be doing the same one. But I think Instagram, they kind of flagged my account because they didn't like that I was posting the same content and not doing anything new. And now my trial reel feature straight up just doesn't work. So be careful with that. I would only post new content as a trial reel. I wouldn't reuse any videos that you already have. Also, another thing is a lot of people just don't have the trial reels option. If it doesn't show up for you, don't be worried because sometimes you have like a certain amount of followers that you need to have before you're allowed to start posting them. But this all just goes back to being consistent with your reels, building up an audience, and then eventually if you haven't unlocked the feature, Instagram will give you the option to do that. So trial reels are a game changer. A lot of brands aren't doing them, and it's the best thing you can do because this has no negative impact on your brand since it's only being shown to a new audience. So the third thing I'm gonna tell you guys, and a lot of people are already doing this, but I've seen brands that don't do this at all for the sake of professionalism. But the third thing is just showing your face. When I changed my content from just being like a flat lay to actually including my face in it, it did infinitely better. The one viral video that I've had, it showed my face in it. And it's not just showing your face, it's showing your face in good lighting. So you can see this video right now. I have a light in front of me, it's shining on me. You can see my whole face, there's no shadows or anything like that. That's really important for Instagram. Instagram's all about aesthetics. So you want everything to be looking aesthetic. I mean, your face, you want it to be looking good. You don't want to have, like, you just woke up, you haven't shaved, you just came out of the shower, whatever. You don't want any of that. You want to be looking like fresh, professional, and you want it to look good for Instagram in that way. And additionally, if you put on a good outfit that's like in line with your customers, so if you make more like archive type clothes and you put on an outfit like that, your audience is going to see that and they're immediately going to identify with the content, and that's going to make them want to engage and be more interested in your brand. For example, if you see my brand and I'm trying to promote like war related clothes, and then I'm wearing like Nike pants and a plain white shirt, you might not be that interested. But if I'm wearing like I'm wearing the number 9 shirt, and then if I'm wearing some like, you know, Dior jeans or something like that, you might be more interested in engaging with the content. So that's a big thing. Showing your face, it just builds trust. People are going to see that and they're immediately going to be connected with you in that way because they've seen your face, you've put yourself out there, you're vulnerable, you're getting behind your brand. So that way your brand becomes more of a person instead of just a business that people are going to buy from. It humanizes it, it builds trust. So showing your face is very important. You should try to incorporate it in your content. You don't want it in every single video because you do want some videos where it's just on bodies or it's just flat lays of the clothes, but trying to put that into your content more regularly is really going to make a difference and mostly build trust with your customers. All right, fourth thing is something I did at the beginning. I haven't done it as much with my brand recently, but it's doing giveaways. So giveaways can be really, really helpful for your brand, especially if you do it correctly. What happens with a giveaway is, or at least the way I would do it, I'd put a picture of my product and then I'd have like a list of rules in the caption. In general, you don't want to make these rules too long or extensive or difficult because then nobody's going to participate. But my rules would be follow me and tag people in the comments and repost the post to your story. So that way, every single person who wanted to participate in the giveaway would follow me, they'd repost the post to their story, and for every single person they mentioned in the comments, that would earn them an additional entry. So you just imagine, this just compounds because you have 10 people who are interested in the giveaway. And if each of those 10 people tags 3 different people, now that's 30 people that have been tagged. And they all repost it to their story. That's hundreds of, and eventually thousands of people that are gonna see your brand, your clothes. It builds awareness, it helps you gain followers, it's really good. Of course, if you're doing a giveaway, you actually have to give away something for free, which is what I did. I did like one of those spinning things, and then whoever won that based on the entries, I sent them a free piece. And then when they post that piece on their story, they're like, yo, thank you for actually giving me something for free. You know, like the person that I sent it to was actually really happy because he didn't think the giveaway was actually for real. Like most people haven't won a giveaway. So that's a really good way just to build a community around your brand, to build trust, and also it does translate to followers because people are following you for the giveaway. And it seems to be that people might want to unfollow you after you do a giveaway because it's like, oh, I didn't want the giveaway, so they're going to unfollow you. But usually that doesn't happen. People are still wanting to see more for your brand. Maybe they want to do more giveaways. You can put on your story that you're going to do a giveaway in the future. So this is also a really good way of building followers. I don't do this anymore because now my brand is bigger. So it's kind of like unprofessional to do a giveaway in that way. But I do give out free stuff. Like I give out free stuff with the first couple orders. So you can tweak this so it fits with your brand more and so it's more professional. But especially at the beginning, this is a really good way to help build an audience and awareness and followers. Okay, and then the last thing, and I've also talked about this in a different video that I made, but this is just engaging with your customers. So if you only have like 100 followers, every single comment that you get, you should consider it like a conversion. And this isn't only if you have 100 followers. If you have any amount of followers, every single comment and DM that you get, those are all potential people who are gonna follow you and who eventually might buy from you. So you should treat all of those like potential customers. They're like unclaimed lottery tickets. So every time you get a comment, don't ignore it. If they're asking a question, answer the question. If they say they mess with the clothes, heart the comment and say, thank you, I appreciate it, dropping in 20 days. or whatever, something like that. You get DMs, respond to the DMs. I don't understand why you're not. So many brands don't do this. If you're a small brand and you're only getting a couple of DMs a day, there's no reason that you shouldn't be answering the DMs. I get 50 plus a day, and I respond to every single one of them. And almost all of those people are very appreciative. They might follow me, they might buy from me, whatever. I don't do it for that reason. I do it because I want my customers to like me. But when we're talking about gaining followers, especially at the beginning, you want to engage as much as you can with all your customers. Reply to their comments, start a conversation in the comment. I've had full-on conversations with people in the comments, just, whatever. They say, oh, I'm from Italy and I like your clothes. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I've been to Italy. I like Italy too. Whatever. You want to get people talking. You want to get them engaging with your stuff. In the end, all it's going to do is help you. Maybe it's cringe. Maybe it makes you not look as professional or mysterious. But if you want to grow and you want to get followers, it's a really good way. And mainly, this is just what worked for me. So those are the 5 things that I would tell you guys are the best ways to build your brands, especially at the beginning. No matter how many followers you have, all of these strategies are going to work. And I still do all of them. But when you only have a couple hundred and you need to build an audience base, these are all really good ways. And if you do them all consistently, I guarantee it will make a huge difference in terms of the amount of followers that you gain and the amount of followers you actually translate to sales. In general, you guys don't want to add so much value to the followers because some brands can have 100,000 followers, but it's not really an engaged community. So they're getting very few sales from that. On the other hand, some brands only have a couple hundred followers and they're getting tons of sales. But the one reason followers are good is when you get people coming to your brand page, if they say you have a lot of followers, it makes your brand look more legit. Like, people know a brand with 20,000 followers is going to be a lot less likely to scam than one with 200 followers. Because why would all those people be following them if they were scammers and it wasn't a good brand? So that's the one reason that followers are good. That's why I've worked on building followers for my brand. Once you get past a certain point, you shouldn't pay attention to the followers as much. You should pay more attention to how your community is engaging, how you're building that, how many sales you're getting. But at the beginning, this is a very important factor, and these strategies should all be very helpful to you guys. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been trying to do more sit-down videos. I know it's probably not the most interesting, but yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think. If you agree with me, disagree with me, if you got any questions, drop in the comments. Future video ideas, I'll be responding to all you guys as always. And if you watched to the end, I appreciate you. And yeah, that's the end of the video.